Knocked Loose dropped their new album, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To. First full length in 5 years. They did put out an EP a few years ago, but highly anticipated.
Yes, absolutely.
Fucking awesome.
Okay. I fuck. Okay. I'm gonna let you talk. You say your piece, and then I will talk.
All right.
After.
Well, the way you reacted, I'm fucking worried over here, man. You
Yeah.
better not say I don't like it. I really enjoyed the record. I've been following Knocked Loose for a while. Probably before the pandemic. That's like my fucking bookends in my head. That's how long I've been, checking them out. But have been getting into them more so recently, with the hype behind them. Those Upon Lost singles were fucking incredible, and that was kind of when I was like, yeah, nah, this band's fucking sick. But this album, front to back, is fucking rippers. I'm really honestly sad to say that Slaughterhouse 2 might be like the weak link on the record, even after listening to it a bunch of times. It just like there was like callbacks to the original that just like felt like Chris was just like shooting lyrics in there to like make it connect the two, and I'm just like, this feels really disjointed. And I'm really upset to say that because I was excited about that song.
And fucking everyone else, dude.
Yes. And I'm super into Motionless in White, like annoyingly into Motionless in White. So to walk away from this and be like, Slaughterhouse 2, I'm not coping, which is good. That's a step in the right direction. But yeah, Poppy was easily the better feature on this record. But front to back, Slaughterhouse 2 aside, front to back, this album is fucking sick. And as much as I think Slaughterhouse 2 is the weakest track, I enjoy it. It's just I enjoy it less than the rest of the rippers on this record. Thirst, it opens up and it's just right in your face right away. Every track flows into each other, and Sitting More, and it's got that really sick outro. Some of my favorites: Thirst, Suffocate. Moss Covers All is only 46 seconds, but I think it's such a sick transition into Take Me Home. So I really enjoyed this record. Stoked to see all the success that's coming with it. Like the Shrine in LA, 6,500 people is fucking nuts.
Fucking crazy setup too. I thought it just looked fucking it looks so cool. I was like, damn, I kind of want to go there.
Yeah, I'm just blown away. Like I keep saying, one of my biggest live show regrets these days is choosing to see Beartooth in Philly with Wage War instead of seeing Knocked Loose in a 500 cap room in Asbury Park, because they're sure as shit never playing there again. The next time they announced the New Jersey show is Starland Ballroom, and now I'm seeing them as direct support to Slipknot. So my days of seeing them at House of Independence with no barricade is long gone. And I even said that to myself when I saw them as direct support to Motionless in White. I'm like, I fucked up.
That's it. Yeah, that was a fucking nail in the
Gotta
coffin.
go back in time. But I really enjoyed this record. Been jamming it a lot. Stoked to dig into it more. Now that my shows are lightening up and I don't have to study the set lists, because that's what I do. Very good, very impressed, and just stoked to see where this takes them, because like the record wasn't even out, and most of the tour was sold out, if not all of it at this point, and they had the direct support slot to fucking Slipknot. So that's a good spot. That's a good start with the album cycle churning. So I'm excited to see where this takes them now that the record's out, and I'm wholeheartedly supporting this.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start this off by saying I didn't hate it. Okay. I have critiques because this is my first, what is this? Well, it's not my first technically. Hardcore? This is their hardcore. Yeah. This is my first, obviously, for everyone, first like full length Knocked Loose. This is my first introduction to so much of their music back to back to back. Singles were great. I loved all the singles they dropped. I was like, okay, I get it. I understand the hype. I liked the first 3 songs, Thirst, Piece by Piece, and Suffocate. Obviously, I think we both agree that Suffocate is possibly it's in like the top 3 for
possibly the best song on the record.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Poppy has quickly become one of my most excited features to just see on record. I'm like, oh, holy shit. Okay, this is gonna be fucking crazy. I believe that Don't Reach for Me to Slaughterhouse 2 to me is the weakest section of the record, which unfortunately it's fucking smack dab in the middle of the record, so I can't really avoid it. I don't know, it's something, his voice, it just got very blurred together, and every song sounded the same, and his voice just got very annoying and pitchy to me. Unfortunately, because I like his voice, but it was just so much of it back to back to back, and I was like, can you sing? Like, can you like pop a little high note or something? I don't know. Slaughterhouse 2 was incredibly disappointing. What I really liked about Slaughterhouse 1, the Motionless in White song, was how bouncy it was, it had the clean vocals mixed with the screams, how it fucking charged up in the beginning. Like, it's like one of my top stream songs from last year. So seeing this, and everyone was excited, I was fucking excited. I listened to it when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is nothing like Slaughterhouse 1. I was hoping Chris was going to have more of a hand in creating the instrumental aspect of it. Because to me, it seems like he had no hand in it, no part in it. But obviously, it's not a fucking Motionless in White song, so I shouldn't expect Motionless in White instrumentals. But if you're fucking relating it to Slaughterhouse 1, if it's fucking Slaughterhouse 2, it should sound something like Slaughterhouse 1, where this, if it didn't have like the little bits and pieces of like the opener where he does like Break Down the Wall Again, where it's not Tear Down the Wall Again, it's fucking Break Down the Wall Again. If they didn't have that, and if it didn't have Chris saying eye for an eye, actually I think it was fucking Brian saying eye for an eye, it was just, there would be no connection. I would not be able to tell that this was Slaughterhouse 2, which is so disappointing because I really wanted, it's fucking lightning in a bottle with that song. And it's not even like they tried to recreate it, but I would have appreciated it if they put a little more of that essence of it, that really upbeat, like metalcore versus just pure hardcore. And how it just starts, I don't know, it just fucking frustrated me because I was like, this is not Slaughterhouse 2.
Yeah.
This is it. And it was hyped up so much. Like, everyone fucking hyped this song up. Like, SiriusXM, was it? That had it just on once an hour. And I was like, oh, this shit must be good then. I listened to it on Spotify Friday, and I'm like, oh, this is not at all. If I was fucking camped out in my car waiting for this to come on, I'd be so pissed. Thankfully, I had it, at the tip of my fingers, just able to listen to it whenever. That just pissed me off. I really liked the 3-run track of The Calm That Keeps You Awake, Blinding Faith, and Sit and Mourn. I believe it is Sit and Mourn, the closer, is my personal favorite off of the album. I really liked that one a lot. Suffocate's probably 2, and then Blinding Faith, which I believe was a single, is my favorite, third favorite. So, good record. I probably just need to sit with it a little bit more because it's very different to what I typically listen to. But there are good moments on it. It's just that track, that 4-run track of Don't Reach for Me, Moss Covers All, which is just, it's kind of like an interlude-ish. Take Me Home and Slaughterhouse 2 kind of killed it for me. It ruined the momentum because my brain just got tired.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I expected from Slaughterhouse 2. But what I didn't expect was just like random like lyrics just thrown out from the original to make it seem like that. I think that's why I don't like it so much, is because it's almost like it was a different song, and then someone was like, what if we brought Chris in and called it Slaughterhouse 2, and he just yelled out random parts from the original Slaughterhouse to make the two interconnected. And I'm like, that's a terrible idea. If I
And
was in the room, I would have been like, that's not a good idea.
Don't do that. People are gonna be mad. Also, another thing is Chris doesn't have any clean vocals on this, like at all, which made Slaughterhouse 1 so special because he had clean and scream mixed with Brian's scream. Because there were points where he was like, I don't know who the fuck is screaming right now, but it sounds amazing. But with this one, it was just fucking muddled. It was like they were fucking fighting each other, which may be intentional, but if it was, I'm sorry, that's still not smart because it didn't sound good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Easily the biggest disappointment, but the more I've listened to it, the more I'm just like, it's part of the record, and it's not what I thought it was going to be, not something that I'm like actively seeking out to listen to, but you know, it's just become part of listening to the record, so I'm okay with it at this point. I've come to terms, gotten over the disappointment that I initially felt.
To the coping part.
I'm getting to the coping part, but it's part of the record, and it's not bad enough to skip it. Is basically what I'm trying to say. It's just disappointing. Not a terrible song.
Yeah.
Still a good song, except for the random parts where that part from Slaughterhouse. It's like, shut up.
There was as you said, it felt like it was a completely different song, and then they just threw like hints and like little Easter eggs, and it was like, this wasn't thought through at all.
Yeah.
It's
you know, if you wanted to have Chris on the record, I don't necessarily think it had to be called Slaughterhouse 2. Yeah, like could have been its own separate thing. But overall I enjoyed the record. I'm not going to say anything else about Slaughterhouse 2 because Gloria will just tell me I'm coping. So
yeah, because you literally went and said at the beginning, you were like, it wasn't what I wanted. And now you're like, well, because I've been listening to the record more. I've
been listening to the record more. Okay, Gloria, I don't know what to tell you.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm happy you are learning to love it.